Kenya, where the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition presidential candidate Raila Odinga has announced that the party will challenge the declaration of Kenya Kwanza flag bearer William Ruto as the president-elect tomorrow. Speaking yesterday at the church service alongside his running mate Martha Karua and Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Raila Odinga affirmed that he cannot let Kenyan voices be muzzled.
Now, he added that the August 9th election was not yet completed due to the impending elections in Mombasa, Kakamega, and other 4 parliamentary units. For the last 20 years, all Kenyan elections have been through disputes, leading sometimes to violent protests. Joining us this morning from Kenya is Awino Gilbert. He's a communications expert and political commentator. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. I don't know if you've been able to see some of the statements Raila has been making, and there was a video that went viral. And I don't know if you're yet to see it and what your thoughts are of what he said.
Raila has been fairly guarded on what he's taken to the Supreme Court. It remains to be seen whether it is him who will actually petition or he will be using peripheral characters. But what is not in doubt is that they are actually today is the final day for submission for the election petition challenging the declaration of William Ruto as the Kenya Kwanza and of course the president-elect for the Republic of Kenya. So yes, we have seen them. The details of the petition can only be a matter of speculation at this point because it is the judges who will then let us know what they are.
Okay, well, according to Kenyan law, any petition has to be submitted to the Supreme Court latest today. And the court takes 2 weeks to make a decision, which could then lead to a new election within 60 days. What do you think would be the likely outcome of all of this?
Yes, the Kenyan law requires that you, within 7 days of the declaration of the results, the Supreme Court has then 14 days to make a determination whether the elections were free and fair and therefore uphold the decision of the IEBC, or to call for a fresh election within 60 days. But also worth remembering is that Section 84 of the Election Act that was repealed, actually amended in 2016, also gave certain roles to the Supreme Court. The role says, Section 4 of that says that in the event that the Supreme Court discovered that there were irregularities, then they have the authority to declare after verification who the winner is and direct IEBC to give the certificate to the exact winner, provided that that person was not involved in electoral practices. So that is where it stands for now. And it happened in 2017, where they said the elections were not fair, they were not credible, they were not verifiable, and therefore Kenyans were, IEBC was directed to conduct fresh elections within 60 days. That is in the event that they nullify and ask for fresh elections. There are other things, as I've said, that they could also direct at the Supreme Court.
Okay, we know that at the end of the day, it's the responsibility falls on the chief judge and a team of 6 judges to determine what the outcome of this would be today. And we certainly would look forward to probably having you back to analyze it when we find out an update in this regard. But let's talk about the situation of things in Kenya. Is there some form of stability or instability, seeing as there isn't any direct approach to this? We don't know for certain if this is going to lead to another election. What are the people of Kenya saying? What is the situation there like?
The situation of Kenya, there are certain things that have happened in this election that didn't happen in the past. One, the previous elections have been characterized by political players, particularly the main contenders, making statements that would then send their supporters either rioting on the streets, turning on one another, or even one community turning against the other. We have seen restraint on the side of Azimio la Umoja. They have simply said that we do not agree with the results. We are asking our supporters to be calm and patient. In fact, the deputy, the running mate to Raila Odinga, Martha Karua, said, this is victory deferred. Our victory has just been deferred. That, in a sense, has calmed the supporters of the Azimio la Umoja. Remember, Azimio is a Swahili word that means a resolve to be a united and, of course, cohesive society. So perhaps in tune with the party that they vied on, they have decided to not to do what exactly the opposition, as it stands, have done in the past. Again, on the side of Ruto, we have also seen yesterday he was in church praying to God that their victory is God-given, and they are hoping that things will clear as fast as they should, so that they begin the march that they have in front of them. So that essentially has made Kenyans be calm, and we don't expect that the situation will be any different if the politicians continue to speak with calm and restraint as they have done.
Well, it seems, and I've also, been following up on some of the comments on social media, just to get a feel of what the people of Kenya think, and it doesn't really seem like a lot of people believe that, the election was stolen. Raila Odinga has described it as a robbery. So do you think he may have, a case, really?
Yes, there are grounds that have been speculated as what will be presented by the Azimio team to the Supreme Court. Perhaps the social media posts that you follow depends on who you're following. But here we see a healthy, what I would call a healthy mix of observations and opinions from across the divide. If one is from Kenya Kwanza, Kenya Kwanza, that is the party that William Ruto leads, then you will see that their lawyers are arguing on the free and fairness with which the elections were held. If then the person on social media is from the Azimio side, then they will also raise certain issues. But there are constants that will be a subject to interpretation of the court that I would wish to bring to your attention. One, and this I am sure is what the grounds that Azimio la Umoja will also be presenting to the Supreme Court, to be able to persuade the judges that this was not what the Kenyan people wanted. One, the fact that just before the elections were held, the audit report by KPMG indicated that there were 14 mysterious returning officers in the IEBC system that were actually not known what they were doing. Whether or not they were removed is a subject of then confirmation from IEBC. There are also reports of weak passwords that could be accessed, and a hypothetical entry into the platform. Again, and IEBC sacked certain officials, and it was just like a week to elections. Whether they had enough time to put safeguards, that is not known. The other thing that they would be seeking the court to rely on, perhaps, is they claim that there were more votes for governors than the votes for the president. And yet when you go to the polling stations, you are given 6 ballot papers for the governor, for the member of the county assembly, for the MP, the president, and also senator and woman rep. Yet they do not tally. In fact, they are claiming that national tally for the president is 65%. And yet the national tally for the governor is just 59%. So they are seeking to understand what is it that made over 1 million voters vote for the president and not vote for the other, especially candidates. And they are also going to be looking at the role of the commission in general. We saw for the first time that the commission, 4 of the commissioners disowned the result. In fact, they described it as opaque. And yet the chairman also said, I have a role to play as the head of IEBC. The Article 138 enables me to declare the results of the winner. So again, the role of the commission, at what point are they just rubber stamps, or is it there is a certain responsibility that they hold before then the chairman can declare those results? Now, those are some of the things that we will be looking forward to, perhaps looking at how the Supreme Court will be handling such matters if brought to them by the Supreme Court. There is also the last bit about this election. The Supreme Court had said last time that the results need to be transmitted from the polling station in a verifiable and transparent manner. But what IEBC did, they opened a portal that all the Form 34A, Form 34A is the original form that collects all the from all the polling stations. There are 46,229. They will be claiming that instead of transmitting the results, they were put into a portal and anybody could access that portal. And that was not an electronic transmission, but basically a digital format in which then they were able to dump the forms, and then it subjected it to a lot of manipulations because everybody could access that particular portal. So those are some of the grounds that we will be looking at Raila Odinga's petition to convince the Supreme Court.
I mean, we have a few more hours. Today's the deadline. I hear it's 2 p.m., right?
Yes, today is the deadline because 7 days, and the results were declared last week on. So they are just doing it on the exact.
Okay, we'll wait till till the end of the day and find out what the updates are in this regard. Awino Gilbert, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.